Hi.
Hello.
Oh
Oh, hey, man.
man. Hey, you got there's a cat in the background. It's fucking
Is
look
it?
out, man. Yeah. Well, in your background.
Kitty. Nah, I like pussy. Hey,
Uh,
welcome to the episode of, another episode of This is the Future.
Unfortunately, I
Mm-hmm.
almost missed my cue. Yeah.
Don't matter. It really doesn't matter. I literally just told a customer that that 2020 is hot garbage, and that was the reason I gave her for why her transaction wasn't going to work out,
Right.
and she
Well, no,
accepted it.
no, everyone should. I mean, that's everyone is now. They're like, yeah, that's not a lame thing to blame it on. Like, yeah,
It's
just shut
not.
up. You can.
I spent 7 hours on a transaction today, and this guy's like, "Man, you're not even mad about it." I'm like, "No." I was like, "Plus, I'm getting paid. You're not." Like, if anyone's
Right.
upset, Jethro, it should be you.
Exactly.
I
Oh,
brought,
speaking
I
of
brought.
jet, bro, how about a beer, huh?
How about a beer?
Oh, what do you got?
Give me a couple tries. You got weak wrists.
What kind of swill are you drinking?
Oh, the same old shit from last week. They call it barely beer. It's
Mm,
good.
Heineken's.
Oh, I don't like it.
Every time. Every time.
I don't
Oh
like this
man.
shit. Uh,
Um
how the fuck
our
you been, man?
um I'm good. I'm good. I just want before that I wanted to say that like one of our probably one of our only listeners they commented that one of the last episodes they said like I like how every beer Tony makes a face like it's his last beer.
I don't like it. I think I should review beer. Like I should be the one because I'm honest. I'm like really honest. You know, I'm not some schmuck in a little lumberjack thing with the cute hat, and I'm not that guy that talks about hops. I don't talk about hops. Fuck hops. Fuck all this. So let me try your beer, and I'll tell you, and then you'll get either a half a star or no star. That's it. If you get a half a star, then you did the best you could. And if you don't get a star, I'm not drinking your shit again. It's easy.
Right.
Fuck 5 stars. One half. That's it.
Well, but see, the thing is you don't like beers, so it's
Right.
like,
That's why I should review it. Because if I like it, it's like, fuck. I mean, the guy hates beer and he liked this beer. What a selling point.
mm, I this has nothing to do with that, but I just realized not just, but uh, you gotta do something about this background. There's a bunch of clutter.
I know.
That sucks, right?
I'm
Kind of
just waiting
professional.
for you to yell at the door, Ma, I'm recording.
Well, we want meatloaf. We
What's
want
she
it
doing?
now.
What's she
I
doing
never know
back
what
there? I
to
don't
do.
know. Almost nunchucked your ass.
Well,
Oh,
like
that's
this
fucking
side's cool, it's toys or whatever, and then there's just like, it's just a closet, and I'm like, no one wants to see that, but then I don't want to take it. Like, it's the best. This is in this room. This is the best place for me to record, and then that means I have to like get a curtain and all shit, and that just sucks.
dude. I think it'd be funny if you got just one of those spring-loaded shower curtain rods, and then
Oh,
like we used to get really cool shower curtains, and just that's it,
yeah, like
like Toy Story or something.
rubber duckies or like a jungle theme or something.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a jungle theme. What, what's that movie? God damn it. The one with Night at the Roxbury? He's like, it's a nightclub with a jungle theme. You're a jungle theme. Fuck. It's been such a crazy year that I've been like really digging up old movies. You know, like I just watched
Right.
Billy Madison and showed it to
Ah,
Jesse, and I'm like,
yeah.
this really isn't that bad. Like it kind of should be, but
Mhm.
I'm still like singing along and shit. You know, like I like
Yeah.
certain parts. It's just a shitty year. So all these movies, there hasn't been anything. I unless you've seen something come out, I haven't seen like any new movies come out this year for obvious reasons. That anything that
Right.
grabbed me. Like
There's been a lot
big
of
movies, like
shows.
not much came out, but
Right. Well,
documentaries are different. We talked
yeah,
about that.
and series. There's been a lot of shows that came out.
Right, but like cinemas, like they're getting crushed. I didn't go see Tenet because I wouldn't have seen it anyway. But
What is it? Tenet?
Tenet, that was the one they were trying to make the big fuss about. One of the big Christopher Nolan's new movie. It looks like Inception, but it's not. You know,
Oh, really?
something you start messing with time travel, and I'm out. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I
Well,
would
it's not real.
totally.
It's not real. So, yeah.
That works. Just if someone would have told me that a long fucking time ago, like right before I watched Back to the Future for the first time,
Hmm.
I'd be all right. But I'm upset because I don't fucking get it. And I would totally, totally, seriously love to take a ride in a DeLorean. It might not make it far because there's shit, but if it has a flux capacitor, I'm not getting in there. I'm not interested. Like you said, it doesn't work. Time travel's not right. It's bullshit. So I hate anything to do with time travel or like in Inception. He's like, you have to keep something with you so you know where you're at. And I'm like, whoa, 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 stop. Like, it's like you're trying to explain an acid trip. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It doesn't matter. So I don't understand time travel or I don't sci-fi. Sci-fi fucks me up. I
Yeah,
get
you're
it. I
gonna
get
sci-fi.
that. But when you start inventing new realities and shit, like, no, in this world, this can happen. I'm like, huh? No, it can't. Stop. Now get back to work at Best Buy. Stop fucking around.
That's so funny. You know what's funny is now you finally sound 40. You've always sounded 40, but now you finally sound you're 40. So now it's perfect. But you've always been like God damn it, these fucking realities and shit. Like, but now it makes sense because you're 40, so it ties the room together. You know. It's all
So you're saying I was always a grumpy 40-year-old trapped in a whatever body?
yeah.
Because that's how I mean, seriously, I've spent more time around my dad. That's how he is. He's funny sometimes, just like I am. He rants about shit, and sometimes it's funny, and most of the time it isn't. That's okay. But he's always like that's how he was. When I was a little kid, he would just be like, "Fucking bullshit! Nothing ever worked around here. God damn it, motherfucking shit!" Just that was what I grew up with. And I sat in the back seat of whatever car we had that wasn't running right, and my mom sat up front, and we would drive from the south to the north up 95 every year, and he would just cuss and they would yell at each other and fight, and it was fucking hilarious. I loved it. But when I got caught smiling, I would get in trouble. And I don't know what it was like for other kids out there, but I was not allowed to lay down in the back seat. I was not allowed to rest my feet. I was not allowed to put my fucking head over on the door. I had to sit there pretty much with my hands on my legs, shut my fucking mouth, and drive up the goddamn interstate for 12 hours with the same tape playing. Like, you're like, Tony, why are you a Beatles fan? I didn't have a choice. He had the Beatles' greatest hits, and it repeated and repeated and repeated. Tapes are only like 35 minutes long. The trip is 13 hours. You think I'm making any of this shit up? I'll give you his number. You can call him, and I'll tell you that I'm right. It's crazy. So, yeah, I'm a 40-year-old grumpy bastard with a bald head. I'm fucking, I'm all over it. I thought I was going to have to wait to 60 to make sense to people. So, this is great.
Yeah, that's perfect.
It's sick.
Yeah, man. You brought up the Beatles. I don't like the Beatles. Never have. Never got into them. And you know what's funny? Every girl I've ever dated loves the Beatles, and I'm just like, and that's like that's a thing. It's like, well, like my current girlfriend that I live with, who all that shit belongs to, she loves the Beatles, and I'm just like, I don't really like them. They're not my thing. And that was like the first thing that she was like, like, and I was just like, I don't get it. I like Wings. I like Wings a lot. I think Wings
Nice.
is a way better band, but I don't know. I just don't get the pumpkin pie haircut, fucking bowl cut British fucking sing along shit. Just doesn't do it for me.
This is what's interesting. My whole life, I can't find a girl who knows who the Beatles are. I don't know where I'm shopping. It's not Walmart, but I can't find anyone that knows who the fucking Beatles are. I knew one girl, and like she's married, so fucking burnt there. But she knew who the Beatles were. She told me to check out Revolver. and it was a great fucking record. I don't really like the early Beatles, Love Me Do, boy band shit. But once they
Right.
met Dylan and dropped fucking acid, I mean, I like it. I do. But I was spoon fed this shit. I literally just gave a perfect example. I got him wired down if I wanted to. I wish he had listened to more Stones or more. I wish they had dove into like 80s, 70s, 80s music, like more like the Stooges and shit like that. Because I didn't know what any of that
Right.
was till like a week ago because they don't fucking listen to it. So
Right. Well, I mean, like, I don't know your parents, but the stuff that you've told me about them over the last 10 years, I don't think that they would be into the Stooges or Iggy Pop. It doesn't. Maybe the Stones, but like my thinking, like maybe the Stones, but not Iggy Pop. Iggy Pop's like rolling around broken glass and like rubbing peanut butter on himself when he plays live.
I know
and
that's
he
fantastic.
and he looks like if like nowadays, have you seen him? Oh, it's awful. He looks like a stretched out rubber
Oh, he
band.
doesn't put a shirt on, and that
I know.
at a certain point.
Yeah, he looks like a bunch of rubber bands stretched out. That's what he looks like. A bunch of old rubber bands. He's just ugh.
Well, he reminds me of like an old. He has that song, now I wanna be your dog. Well, he
Mm-hmm.
looks like an old racing dog,
Yeah.
like an old greyhound, like a brown greyhound. He does.
He kind of yeah. He looks like a racing stripe is what he looks like.
Shut up.
He does. He's just like he looks like he's like the first person to be petrified. He looks like a petrified person.
That's
He
funny.
does.
He's been petrified.
Looks like he's made out of wood. That guy. Fuck.
What is that? We're gonna turn him into a table right
Yeah.
when he dies. So yeah, I didn't. That's so no Beatles. Like okay, what about the Stones?
Yeah, I love the Rolling Stones.
So all right, cool.
Fan.
I
Big
kind of
fan.
wish that it was more Stones and less Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
And then he probably would have been into the Stooges. Now the only reason I say that, I feel like my dad just missed the party because sometimes he'll tell me stories like, I did drugs, man, I did all kinds of drugs. I'm like, cool, man, which ones? I know a couple. And he'll just be like, you ever heard of Black Beauties? I'm like, we still talking about drugs? We're talking about women, because I know what you're talking about. You're talking about women. He's like, no, man, talking about pills. I'm like, you were a pillhead? Like, maybe you should stop telling this story. I don't want to know this shit.
You were a
So my point is, if he was a pillhead, like he just missed it. He's a Steely Dan fan. If he
Yeah.
had like 5 extra years, listen to more Stones, like he'd have a leather jacket that he'd be giving me right now. It'd be like where I'd find a crack pipe in the pocket from 30 years ago. But whoa,
Man,
far
that's
out.
cool.
But I don't have
It's
one.
crack pipe. It's a vintage crack pipe.
I know, right?
Yeah, like see the thing about like music and my parents, when I was a kid, they really tried to press like religion on me, like really hard, like me and my sister, especially me. And because like well see like I was my dad's we were his fourth family, let's put it that way. Like he had a girlfriend. Well, he had my brother Brian. He had Brian, and then he was with his mom, and then they broke up when he was like 19 or 20, and then he had like another, I guess, a smoking redhead. I don't know, and they lived on a farm and they were hippies, and he was like a painter. I had no idea. You imagine my dad an artist? It's fucking weird, right?
Oh, a
So
painter? I thought
yeah,
I seriously saw him bare chested doing the barn. Like I didn't know you
well,
meant painting.
no painting, yeah. I guess I should clarify, but like, yeah, no, well, I mean, he was a painter. He was, I mean, he's been a drywall forever, and so it's kind of the same thing. But getting off track here, but so basically, we were his fourth family, older brother, and then this girlfriend that he lived with, and then for a long time, and then my brother Leo, and then us. So I think he was like trying to do something right. I don't know, in his head. You know what I mean? He was like trying to old fashioned, trying to do things right or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And So it was always anything that was Christian that was pushed on us. But sometimes, like, he would be in his pot den, like you have been in, and that
Mhm.
that's been his setup since I would like since I was a kid.
So weird.
So, and every time I go in there, there would be the Doors or Jimi Hendrix or Led Zeppelin playing. And I've talked about this on this show, but there would also be Christian talk radio playing on a separate
At the
on
same
a separate
time.
stereo
That's so fucking
at the same time, at the same volume, same room, separate stereo.
that's the only time I've ever seen that live. Like
Yeah. So honestly, that's like a good like
metaphor
good example of the way I was brought up. Like every once in a while, he would like slip in some Alice Cooper. He'd be like okay with like he would listen to it. My mom wasn't around or whatever, or he's by himself, and I'd be like peeking around, the kitchen wall and being like, oh, what is that music? I like it. And then like when it was family time, I would have to listen to fucking weird Christian music. And I
really.
remember my first CD I ever got. I got a CD and a fucking boombox from fucking Walmart, and it was this Christian contemporary rock singer named Stephen Rivers.
Oh no.
And awful, awful music. And yeah, I could fucking hear it right now. It's fucking
You
it makes
listen
me.
to it?
I was 9. I don't know. I
Oh,
put it in. I
oh.
was just like what is this? I was like 9 or something, like
Yeah, yeah.
10. And then, but then, like the age around like 11 to 12, 13, like I would go to youth group, and then that's where like I found out about like Christian punk,
Oh
Christian punk rock.
man.
I know that's an oxymoron, but that's all I had, so that's what I listened to.
Huh.
MXP, Squad 50, Officer Negative, and then my cousin, they got me into Korn, and then that's when I was like, that's a weird like metal band that like one of your first metal bands I hear about, but like listen to Korn. I was like 12, and I was like,
12.
and then
Wow.
that's when music really sparked for me, and that's when I was like, oh, it doesn't have to be Christian. There's other music that
Whoa.
isn't all about baby Jesus and stuff.
No shit. You got that pretty, I mean, fuck, you got music before I did in that sense. But I got a boom. I know my first CD, I was a little older when I was like, I can't remember like me being able to listen to music before I was like 13. I got a
Mm-hmm.
boombox when I was like 13 or 14 and a set of headphones and then I got my first CD was when um Live and Unplugged came out in New York for Nirvana.
Oh, okay,
That
cool.
was that CD was brand new when I bought my first CD. But I was probably like fucking 13 or 14 when that came out. But
Right.
I had a friend. I knew I was lucky with my mom. My dad didn't give a fuck. He wouldn't say like he can't listen to that. He was not into my business with that shit. He really wasn't. He's opinionated, but he wasn't into my shit about that. So I mean, I listen to whatever the fuck I want. I had this friend of mine. I remember this kid. His parents were super religious, super fucking religious, and they let him. I think the only band he was allowed to listen to was Aerosmith, and he was older than me. He's like 17, and
Mm-hmm.
he was repressed as fuck. Like I
Yeah.
worked at the music store on the base that we lived in, and I remember it was the only music store. And this kid
Yeah.
came in there all the time. He's like, "You got the new Aerosmith in?" And I always teased him. I'm like, "We got everything else. Who fucking cares about Aerosmith? They got like one good album. It's where the one truck is pumping the other truck, and the
Yeah.
album's called Pump. That's all you need to know. What else do you need?" And so anyway, this kid was a fucking like just wound up, all kinds of shit, and he got busted for stealing porn. Remember the Pam Am sex tape? He stole
Yeah.
that out of our store. I remember literally being like, "Hey man, are you stealing that?" And then he got busted. Like fucking idiot. It was like he got busted. And then he's like, "I can't listen to anything anymore. My parents took away Aerosmith." And I'm like,
Damn.
"What?" I'm like, "Dude, just fucking move out. Like, just leave. Like, you're almost 18 anyway. Like, what's wrong with you?" Like, you're in big trouble, man. You're fucked in life if you can't listen to Aerosmith. So I went home and I told my mom. I was like, this kid, his parents wouldn't let him have anything, so he stole porn, and now he's in trouble. And my mom's like, what? I was like, yeah. I was like, start telling him what to listen to. And she was like, well, you can listen to whatever you want. I'm like, I can? She's like, well, yeah. I'm like, I can't buy anything with the stickers on it. And she's like, I'll buy it. I was like, you will? And she's like, yeah. She's like, just don't steal any porn. If you need it, tell me and I'll buy it. I was like, no, but I'll take the album. Not going through my mom for porn. Never going to happen. But cool as fuck for her to say that. But dude, no shit. Slayer, was it Rain in Blood or something? I remember my mom buying it. 5 foot tall woman, just in her little business suit. At the end of the day, takes me in there, puts it on the counter, and says, "That's for my son." And I was like, "Ah, fuck yeah!" Sitting at home listening to Slayer at like 14. I was just like, "Oh, this is fucking it." I take it on the bus, and this kid, he's like, "I'm not allowed to listen to that." I'm like, "Okay, go up there, Jesus. We're gonna sit back here and pray to the devil. This is fucking great."
Where was that at? You said it was
I was living in England at the time.
Okay. And you were 14 working at a music shop?
Yeah, because on base they have this, anyway, on a military base, on that military base, they had this really cool idea, something that civilians could definitely get into, called a summer hire program. Kids who are under the age of 16 or whatever, they start you at 13, and you can work at any installation on the base. They place you and you work there the whole summer, and they pay you like a big boy or girl. You get a check, you work like 10 weeks. You get to work you can work in the flight line, you can work in the fucking mail room, all kinds of shit. 1 year I was in the mail room, 1 year I worked on the flight line, and 1 year I worked at the music store or whatever the fuck it was. And that was when I remember Weezer's Blue album came out, I think. Like their first album came out. I remember that. They played the fuck out of that. But anyway, that was great. All I have to say is I'm so glad that my parents might have had their foot at my ass, so to speak, but it can always be worse.
Right.
Getting busted for fucking stealing the Pam Am sex tape. I don't even think it was a sex tape. I think it was just one of those Playboy tapes with her tits out. You know what I mean?
Because they wouldn't sell a sex tape, would they?
No, but remember, you know what I mean? Like when Pam Am and all, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like the 90s.
Yeah, she was doing like soft porn, Playboy kind of, yeah.
That's what he stole. I'm like, wow, I got better shit under my bed, buddy. Like, what are you talking about? Because we used to go, well, I didn't, but people used to go take magazines. Like, those are easy. Especially in England, you just jump up, grab the shit when the dude's not looking, and go out the door. Right. I heard. I mean, that's the best way to do it. You know, and English porn is so much different than American. They have a weird sense of humor. Like even the porno is weird. It's just odd. It's funny. You know, it's like they're screwing, but then there's like a tea set on the chick's back, and like his dick is like one of the sausages. It's like tea time. It's like, I'm not horny. I'm hungry. Well, what's happening here? Or like condoms had like polka dots on them. It was just, I don't know. It's just weird.
Well, I mean, I get that spotted dick. You know.
No, but it was a condom. It was like different colors, like a beach ball.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Well, it is weird. It's just weird sex. You know, English people are fun. But...
First of all, when you're having tea, who eats sausage? Oh, time for tea, like tea and crumpets, not tea and sausage.
You can have sausage, yeah, but they snack. They're snackers.
Yeah, but who takes like a fucking sausage and is like, oh, a cup of tea, ding, 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 like it's fucking. I mean, I'm down. Look at me. I am a fucking sausage. Look at me. With sausage with ears. I don't give a shit. But I'm just saying, maybe that's weird. I don't know. I never heard of that. Like, yeah, come over for some tea and sausage. It'll be great. Got this summer sausage and this great green tea blend. It's fucking.
Well, I think it was breakfast, but they have tea with breakfast, and they have sausages, and there was eggs, but he had his penis as the sausage. It was interesting. Right. I thought it was very, very artsy. I thought it was nice. I didn't get turned on by it. It was like a whole book full of stuff that didn't turn me on. I was like, this sucks. But Score or something was the name of one. Score. And that one was just big old boobies. That's all I remember. Because I remember sitting in the back of the bus being like, some big old boobies. And the bus driver would be like, oi, take that porno, put it out the fucking window, whoop your ass. I'm like, what? So we used to hide the porn under the bus seats. The way it works, well, it's the same thing. The bus driver stays with the bus all day long. But these guys were English and they were hired. they drove luxury coaches with TVs and shit in them, and that's how we went to school. So
Oh.
I used to throw the pornos under the back seat. And I remember one time I had a really good couple of mags, and I'm like, I can't wait. Fuck school. I can't wait to get back to those magazines. And so I was the first one on the bus, ran to the back, flipped up the seat, and they were gone. And I'm like,
Ooh.
huh. Like, how do I handle this one? So I walked up to the front, and I knew the bus driver. I'm like, hey, Georgie, old boy, you see my porno? He's like, so you're too young for that shit. Now stop looking at it, mate. And I'm like, so do you have my porno? he's like, seriously? I'll fucking he's like, I'll turn you in if you take put any more pornos on my bus. And I'm like, fine, whatever. I was like, but can I get the ones that I already had?
So you really went up to the bus driver and they're like, where's my porn?
Well, yeah, I
That's
mean,
fine.
in a nice way. I was like, excuse me, Georgie, old boy, have you seen any porno magazines? He's like,
I
I
just like
found
how
them, and they're not yours anymore, mate. You got to stop stealing porno. I'm like, I didn't steal it. He's like, you're 14, mate. I'm like, all right, I stole it.
but I just like it how you had the balls to actually go up and ask him, about your porn. Like, if me, I would be too scared to have the porn when I was that age. A, B, I would never go up and be like, I'd just be like, well, maybe he doesn't know it's me, so I'm just not going to say anything. So,
Well, he knew. He's like, you're the one. You shouldn't be doing this. And I'm just like, yeah. But do you have the ones you just found? I know you bring a briefcase with you on the bus. Are they in there? He's just like, you're not having them. I'm like, all right, fine, fuck it. And the whole ride home, I made everyone make fun of the bus driver. I was like, he won't give me my porn back. Make fun of him. It's fucked up. I'm an asshole. Whatever. He got his porno. He got my porn. There's
hey,
something
man.
good in there I wanted. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So the Stones, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's how this started, huh?
I love this shit. No, that's great.
You know, yeah, man.
Cool.
I
So
think
wait
this
a minute.
actually started how you asked me what my week was like, and then we started talking about big movies on fucking school buses. Well, I don't know. Every day is different because I have a hard time remembering what I did like 2 days ago. Anything more than last night, I don't remember off the top of my head. I have to think about it for a second.
Right?
It's probably a bad thing, but I'm like, wait, what did I do this week? I don't know. So I do
Yeah.
know last night is like we have one night a week in the house where like everyone comes over. When I mean everyone, I mean my girlfriend's brother, and usually my girlfriend's sister does live here, but she mainly stays at her boyfriend's house. So they come over and we have a ping pong table in the basement, and we just like drink beer and play ping pong. It's a lot of fun.
Hmm.
And so that's what happened last night and I found out I've always knew this about myself. You know those like fat guys, but they're also like athletic. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like Chris Farley and stuff like that. That's me. I'm a big guy, but I'm also weirdly off athletic, and I doesn't like not super athletic. I can't like keep up with someone that is like crazy in shape and stuff. I just mean athletic for someone that looks like me, that looks like a sausage. So,
You just have like really big calves or something?
I have huge legs. I have
That's what I'm
fucking
saying. No, seriously. Yeah. Like, I know.
well,
Yeah.
I just like when I was so I stopped wrestling like my junior year in high school, and then I tried like I played lacrosse. The Redmond
Oh,
High School was like the school I went to, Redmond High School, was the first school in Central Oregon to have a lacrosse team. And another school, high school, Sisters, the
yeah.
neighboring town, also had at the same time tried to start a lacrosse team. So I went and tried out for their school's team, even though I didn't go there. I could go play for them. And their coach was like, "Do you play basketball? Because you move like a basketball player." I was like, "No, I wrestle. I've never played basketball ever." So he thought I played basketball because I was able to like,
Move.
I don't know. That's all. But like, I get tired really quick. I'm done.
Right.
But I found out I'm really bad at ping pong, but if the ball's over there, I could run and hit it, and sometimes it'll make it back on the table, and it'll be like a legal, over the net
Yeah, you
hit.
make it.
But
Right.
and I found that out last night, and that's what everyone was saying. It's like, you doesn't seem like you're going to be able to get it, and then you do. I usually hit it and then run into a wall, like head first, But what I'm trying to say is like, I had fun. It was a good time.
That's funny.
But yeah, that's what I did. That's the highlight of my week. That's all other than I had 3 days off. That was pretty cool. And
Nice.
but yeah, man, ping pong is fun. I don't know if you've ever if you
I'm not
played.
good at it. I need to keep playing. I get it, but I don't know. I
It's
hit it too
fun.
fucking hard all the time. I'm always like, "Argh!"
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's too easy to smack the shit out of it.
It is, because you got this paddle and then this ball. The ball's really light, and you could just you could really fucking ping
Right.
it.
And when you watch Forrest Gump, they're 10 feet off the table. So that's what I'm going for. I'm trying to beat China, What the fuck? Trying to get my name on a paddle.
Right. There's some things I hate about ping pong. There's some games and sports that are just fucking stupid. Like ping pong. There's when you're playing doubles. I'm realizing that this might not be that interesting to be talking about, but I'm talking about it. So when you're playing doubles with ping pong, you hit it, another person hits it back over the net. Well, if it comes on your side, you can't hit it. Your partner has to hit it. Even though you're clear, you have a clear shot, your partner has to hit it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, whoever, just fucking hit it, right? It's coming to you, you hit it.
Just over
And
it.
then there's another rule. If it doesn't hit the table, you can't hit it.
Right.
So if
Right. I
the
hate
ball
that.
goes over, you can't hit it. But it's natural to swing, because it's like, oh, there's a thing coming at me.
Nope.
So everyone's always like yelling at me because I'm doing things wrong, but I'm like, this is natural. This game sucks. It makes you want to do things, it has rules about things that you want to do that are natural. It's fucking, I don't know.
You brought up a good point. Like I never understood table tennis. I never had it's always one of those games where I get asked to play and everyone else has already been playing and they're all good. It's like, I'm not gonna fucking embarrass myself. I suck at this. And I'm not gonna prove that I suck at this. I'm just gonna say no. So I don't play. But you brought up a good point. There's a few games out there, like one game I always played. I don't know one rule. Racquetball. Like when I was a kid at these gyms on these bases, they had racquetball courts. So as a fucking kid, you could go in there and play racquetball. I don't know what the rules are, but apparently there are rules. Because I was watching that movie Wall Street with Charlie Sheen in it, and they were like, let's finish the game. And I'm like, what game? How do you know who got a point? It's just people slamming into a fucking wall. Like, I love the game. I do. I really do. But I want to know if I'm winning or not. Maybe I'm good. I don't know. You just fucking hit it, and then someone else hits it, and you fucking hit it, and then you get hit in the face with a racket, and then I don't know. I'm into it. But it's just fucking weird. Like, here's another game that doesn't have any rules, I don't think, but it'll kill you. Lawn darts. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, but my dad has weighted, I hope he still has them, weighted lawn darts, metal tips, like gnarly shit. And he used to like sharpen them up.
Can't believe
I miss
that was
old
a real
games
thing.
that used to kill people.
I can't believe that was a real thing. They really did that. We used to have family reunions on my dad's side, and they would rent a park out or whatever, or would they just set up go to a park and we'd be there, and we'd fucking play lawn darts. I remember that. I remember being fucking 10 years old, and me and my cousins would throw fucking spears, fucking huge fucking darts at each other. We thought it was funny. No one ever got stuck with one, but I remember running from my cousin Jeff, and he was like, no. I just got a boombox with a Christian rock band.
Then you find some chucklehead that's throwing them overhand. Like, whoa!
Yeah. No, that's what he would do. He would fucking throw it and be like whizzing by fucking lawn darts.
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
believe that was a thing. Like they got banned, they got outlawed, but
Yeah.
that was a real thing that they were like, let's sell this. This is a good idea. Let's sell these fucking weapons to families so they could kill each other on accident.
I think he lost his one way or the other, but I don't know. I wish if he had him, I would fucking put him on display in my house. They're fucking awesome. And here's the other thing I've noticed is the pussification of American bullshit continues. I didn't get a memo. No one called me. Not a fucking email. I checked my junk folder. Wasn't in there. Nobody told me that horseshoes got replaced with a fucking beanbag. Nobody told me that.
You mean
I didn't
cornhole?
fucking know.
Cornhole, right? You're talking
Yeah,
about
what the fuck? Why? What's
It's
the
fun.
fucking deal? We can play both games.
Yeah, no, but like,
Well, I'm really good at throwing a fucking beanbag. Yeah. Good for you. Get the real game out. I want calluses on my finger. I want Timmy to have a broken tooth. I want holes in someone's window. That is horseshoes, where you hit it and misses, keeps rolling and hits the garden shed and puts a fucking dent in it, and everyone looks at you like, what did that asshole just do? That is a fun game. Beanbags? You can hit the kid in the head with a beanbag. It's going to keep walking. That's not fun. I want the horseshoe wrapped around his neck. That's neat. That's a story.
it is fun because that means you don't have to get another target. You can just keep on hitting that kid
with a beanbag, though.
Yeah, but you hit a kid with a horseshoe. You got to get a new kid.
No, it's not. No,
yeah,
that kid's tough as nails if he's still around.
You got to get a new kid, and you got to get another kid and another kid. That kid's expensive, Come on, just a beanbag to the head. It's fun. Yeah.
I think that would be a neat game, like a disciplinary game. Like instead of playing horseshoes with the metal poles, you play with your legs. So you have to stand there and let someone throw the shoe 30 feet and hit your leg and try to get one. Like that would be that's a Marine Corps game that we haven't invented yet. That's a good idea. That's an American game where people get broken and then they have to go to the hospital and spend too much on a broken leg. That's an American game. It's almost like the Russians slapping each other around. It's almost like that. Horseshoes, but with your leg is the post. That's a neat idea.
When you say that's an American game, that just means that's a bad idea.
I know.
Billy Joe, Bobby, and Cletus are playing the shotgun game called Don't Shoot Me in the Face. Where they just stand across from each other and shoot at each other with a gun. It's like it's a good old American game. Horseshoes, throw a horseshoe at my leg. I don't give a shit, America.
Yes. Because I realized, I figured something out. I was like, all right. You got to have cornhole because it's a pain in the ass to bang the stakes in and all that horse shit and have a backboard for the shoes. And I get it. But then I'm like, wait a minute. If you just bring 2 shoes apiece and you each have a leg and you stand 30 feet apart, you're good to go. You can play that game anywhere. Just fucking, who gives a shit? Whoever can take the most hits to the leg wins. It's not about points. It's about whoever's still standing. I like that. I think I'm going to do it. That's what I'm going to do for my 41st birthday. Horseshoes without the peg. Just legs.
And there you go. You've always acted 40 because you've always had these great ideas.
Fucking terrible ideas. The older I get, the more I realize how stupid I am. It's kind of neat. I'm like, I really ain't shit. I should probably be bagging groceries. This is great. I don't give a fuck. I love it. Well, anywho, that was neat. Got something weird out of that.
You asked me, so I was gonna ask you how was your week? Did you do anything?
The week was fine. Nothing crazy happened. We went to Hershey Park, and my mom is awesome. She's a Betty Crocker mom. She does all the cool family shit. So I was really happy for her this weekend. We went to Hershey Park once more. They did all the lights. Really cool. At the amusement park. Mm-hmm. My mom, we have never been a family to like trend set anything, like ever. So anyway, she got us face masks, brown face masks with Rudolph noses on it. And there was 4 of us. So here's the 4 of us walking around the park with these Rudolph masks on.
Right.
Wouldn't you know that every middle-aged woman out there who looks at Pinterest or one of those fucking craft mags all day long, oh my god, I love your masks, and I'm just over here like turning my head and shit, like, ugh! Like I was really just like, this is not why I want people looking at me right now. Like nobody else had them in the park, so
Hmm.
everyone complimented on it. It's
Right.
32 fucking degrees outside. We're freezing. And it's like, oh, thanks for the mask. Oh my God, I love your masks. My mom's like, yeah, we went to Marshall's, we went to Staples, but we found them at Target. I'm like, come on, let's fucking go already. These goddamn masks. And then the best thing is, like, my dad, he's a total asshole. Like, he used to be a total prick like I am now. Now he's old. He's fucking over it. So he's still wearing it. I think he wore it to work today. He doesn't give a fuck anymore. I'm just like, come on,
Yeah.
man. You
I
know,
think that happens eventually. Then you kick and scream and cuss and flip out, and then eventually you're just like, yeah, fuck it. Fuck it. I'll just put the fucking reindeer mask on. I
yeah,
don't
no,
give a
I
shit.
mean, I did it too. I mean, I wasn't even high and I did it. I was like, whatever, it's cool. I like to do shit and be nice, you know, not be an asshole to the family. I'm too fucking old for that. Just go
I would
along
do
to
that
get along.
too.
But it just,
Yeah.
it had to keep getting pointed out. You know, I was like, damn it. I thought everyone would have this mask on. I did. Instead, it was like, where did you get that? Oh, we should have had all the employees wear that. Would you guys mind being in a photo for? No, 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 no. Fuck all that. We're here to ride frozen roller coasters. That's it. That's it. No way. Mm-mm. So that's what I did. It was all right. It was all right. Watched a little football for free. Nothing interesting. But if I don't think it's, are we good? We at the time where we could talk about music?
Yeah, man. We can do that.
I actually,
Well,
so yeah, go ahead.
well,
What we're talking.
yeah. I'll tell the album. I'll say the album if you wanted. Um, the band was Man Man. The album was what was the album? Dream Hunting in the Valley of the In Between.
Yes.
What's the hell of a name?
Yeah, but you know, I had to. You know me. I like my stoner music, and this wasn't that by any means because I
Mm-mm.
listened to it like for like 3 songs high, and I'm like, ah, I don't get it. So I put it on at the gym, like I always do, and I was like, this isn't gym music, but I'm gonna listen to it. And I was able to get a workout in or whatever, but the lyrics were really fucking crazy. Like good, like relatable, like heavy shit though. I was like, this reminds me of Tom Waits. This reminds me of um God damn it, Father John Misty.
Yeah,
Just things that how do you explain that what's the name for the music where it's more the lyrics are a big part of it?
I don't know. I don't know the
But you
if
know
there
what
is.
but you get what I'm saying. Like it's just not it's not like a journey, if you will. It's like each song he had a bunch of shit to say and he said it, and then he did another song, you
Right.
know, about something. I thought it was there was some stuff in there that really kind of caught me off guard, like the middle of a rep, and I'm like, what the fuck did he just say? Like,
Well, that's how Man Man has always been. They're bizarre.
yeah,
They're labeled underneath like experimental or alternative rock and roll or something,
there
whatever.
you have it, kids.
But like that's the Wikipedia iTunes label of them. I don't know. But they're just do you know what I think? This is what I get. And I've listened to them for a long time. I've seen them before. They're fucking bananas live. Fucking insane. But what I got off of this album and all their other albums, because there's two main people in the band, and then the singer plays piano a lot of time, and he sits down and sings, and
Got it.
then everyone, and then the songs that don't call for piano, he just sings. But and I think there's other members in on this last album. Might be wrong on that, but um you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Billy Joel spent a lot of time at the circus and then started a band.
Hmm.
That's what it reminds me of.
You
Like
come up with
if
some
like
great shit. I never come up with fucking
like if
great.
like if Elton John opened that acid door, he opened this acid door, but if he opened this acid door and there was like a bearded lady and a strong man juggling lions and like a fire spitter and a fucking all this like a a little person riding a bike over like an 80-foot wire. I don't know. Like that's what it reminds me of, because there's a guy singing, sitting down playing piano, playing this rock and roll-ish kind of music. It's not like rock and roll, but it's it's alternative, I guess.
Right.
And it has an edge to it. But if you listen to the lyrics, it's bizarre. they're crazy.
Yeah. I
Like
can't,
that.
I can't quote all the lyrics, but I just say there's stuff in this album where you're kind of listening to it and you're like, yeah, and then he says something and you're like, what? Like, wait a minute, huh?
Yeah.
You're like, I think I like this shit. You think it could kind of just be lumped for a while. I was like, this could be lumped in with anything, but I'm like, no, I see what makes this unique. It's definitely he catches me off guard with his lyrics, but I just pictured a lot of like, just like you said, piano musicians, just people sitting there, but not singing the normal shit, like you said, acid, heavy stuff that comes back from a trip with you, like.
Yeah.
That's why I liked it. I was like, I don't really see myself getting into this. And by the end of the album, I was just listening to it right before we started up. I was like, actually, there's a chorus line in my head right now that I have going on from one of the songs. It's kind of catchy.
I picked this album because I was like, Tony's a big lyric guy. You're gonna be able to understand all the lyrics, but they're kind of a weird band, so they fall into the drug thing. So I was like, Tony, we've listened to Man together.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't remember. Everything's was fuzzy the couple of years that we were living together, so it's hard for me to remember. But I was like, he's gonna like this, I'm sure. So I'm glad it sounds like you ended up liking it. So, but you were saying the lyrics, and I don't remember. I can't quote a lot of the lyrics. There's a band. There's 5 hits on iTunes. When a band has a hit or a single, they put a star next to it. So the first 5 songs are the hits, I guess.
Really?
And or the most listened to songs, the popular songs, and they're the one that they made a music video for is Future Pig. That's the name. Or sorry, not Pig. Peg. Future Peg. That's the name of the song. And a lot of the lyrics are like, you're dancing like a 2x4 or something like that.
Yeah.
Running around with a melted ice cream sandwich, something like that. I don't know if you watched the video, but it's fucking weird.
No.
And it's one of those people that uses a lot of examples and metaphors for things that are real. But this band they're really fucking bizarre. No, they don't make any other like I'm sure it's a metaphor, like when he says like he's singing like about a melted ice cream sandwich. I'm sure that's a metaphor for something.
Well, I was listening to this record, and he said something. One of them is metaphors, and I was thinking, and I'm like, all right. Well, a few weeks ago, Alex was talking about how this was a metaphor. The other band, that guy we were listening to, and you're talking about how it was a metaphor for like love and how far he would go for this person. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I was gonna text you. I'm like, so what the fuck does this mean? Like, I want to know what Alex says this means. I was gonna text you at 4 a.m. your time, be like, translate this.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, because if I thought you did it, because then sometimes you'll surprise me and be like, no, dude, he's talking about taxes, the 2015 IRS tax season. That what? That's what a melted ice cream sandwich meant. Oh, okay.
Well, see, I don't know. Like the other, I'm assuming what you just brought up. You're talking about Devin Townsend.
Yeah,
I know. I'm like, I don't know 100%, but I'm like pretty sure what he was talking about, and it was, to me, it's pretty clear. But this one, I don't know at all. But what I take from it, melted ice cream sandwich, is like, you got to hurry up and do what you want to do in life before your ice cream sandwich melts, before your life is over. You know what I mean? That's what I got from it. Could be completely wrong. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it doesn't mean anything. Maybe he's just fucking bizarre. It's just, whatever. It means nothing. Like,
See, that's
but
what.
what I got from it, maybe if it has to mean something, maybe it means hurry up and do what you want to do in your life. Don't be scared because your ice cream sandwich will melt. Your life will be over.
Wow.
That's maybe. If it has to mean something,
No, that's
maybe it
fine.
means that.
I didn't get anything like that. When I heard that lyric, I was sitting in the gym and I was like, why doesn't my ass look that good in yoga pants? Like that's what I was thinking when I heard that shit. I was literally like those ruffly things on like would that look good on me? Would anybody know? Like if I just took an ass shot, that's how I think when I listen to music. I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, melted ice cream sandwich. Like, who wants that? I want a regular ice cream sandwich. I said the older I get, the stupider I realize I am, and I'm okay with it. I'm just like, nope, nope, I need to go over here and read that children's book. I know better. That's not for me. Nope, I'm going over here. Wrap me in bubble wrap. I'm no good.
My friend asked me if I wanted a frozen banana, and I was like, no, but I want a regular banana later. So yeah,
Okay, Mitch.
Mitch Hedberg. That's what that reminded me of.
No, that was great. I saw a wino eating grapes, and I was like, hey, you have to wait. Mitch Hedberg, ladies and gentlemen, fucking great.
But
right.
yeah, it was great. Yeah, yeah. I love this. I thought it was great. It's been a while since I've listened to Man Man in general, and I saw that they had a new album, so I was just like, fuck it, let's do that. And that's really what that band reminds me of is if Billy Joel joined the circus. That's what it's like.
I really do like how you put that because I see that like it would be that is like to wonder what if Billy Joel like went over the edge and like
Yeah.
like didn't stay corporate. He would lose a lot of fan base, but he
Yeah.
would have lost a lot, and but he'd be singing about ice cream sandwiches and shit. Should be cool.
Yeah.
I liked it though, man. That was fun. That was a good album.
Yeah, it's a good album. They're a band that you would really like live. They're fun. Like the
They high
singer will
energy.
come. They're high energy. They're like the singer's playing piano, but he's also like jumping up and down and
I like that.
kicking and like he's got a lot. There's like confetti and like they like have like confetti, like shoot confetti at everybody, and like they have like this do a lot of crazy things. And when he's not playing piano, he goes backstage and comes out and he's like in drag. He's like has got a wig and like sometimes he's be singing and like put lipstick on himself and like put it like way up here and he's like and then he'll like go a different song and put like a different dress on and then a different song and put pants on and start playing the piano. It's just like it's like their live shows half like show like a show and music. It's like it's a performance. It's a full performance, and they're a lot of fun. It's very circus like.
It sounds like something I would like when you're checking out a bill for a festival to see them for my first time. I would want them
Yeah,
to be on a bill. I would probably pay to see them separate, but that's one of those things where I like to see bands like that, like 20 at a time. Like
sure.
20 you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
one of those
well,
bands that
okay.
was on a lineup. That would be a reason I would want to go. That makes sense.
Right. Yeah, I get it.
Bonus.
Um, no, they're a fun band. If live shows ever come back, if the world is ever right again, you'll see Man Man. They're fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go see a lot of shit. Actually,
Sorry.
maybe there's gonna be some
Maybe.
good shows out there, but not
Um,
right now, kids. That's why we got this one.
yeah.
There it is. Deal with it.
um, the the name of this album, Dream Hunting in the Valley of the in between, is a very man thing. The name of an album
That's
because
heavy.
their like first really popular record was Life Fantastic, and that's like
Hmm.
a very flamboyant like Life Fantastic, like it's like very man. So like this is a little bit more like deep and like stoner. I don't like you saw the front cover of the album.
Yeah.
It has like that like elephant thing with a fucking skull, and then like looks like a little blonde kid staring at it. It's like really deep and weird, and then you listen to it, it's like a fucking circus.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you're sitting around with some of these bands, like not only writing the lyrics, but when they're coming up with the art for stuff, I can only imagine where you're just like, where the fuck did you come up with this? Like
Yeah.
some people just go super deep into something, or just you don't know, you're one of the few people who found some sort of art that you're really into, and there it is on the album. You're like, all right, whatever. Okay, cool, man. You like wizards and shit and elephants? That's cool.
Right.
It's a busy cover.
It's busy.
That's a nice way to put it. Very busy.
Very busy. Very busy.
I don't know what
ask,
you drew here, Timmy, but it's very busy, and that's good.
I was gonna ask you, is Man Man like popular in Philly? Do people, is there a thing?
Unfortunately, my friend, I've never heard a reference to Man Man in Philadelphia. Never seen him on the bill for anything. Never didn't know they were from here. The Districts are more popular. They started maybe 10 years ago. They're big, but I don't.
What are they called?
Another band from here is called The Districts.
Okay.
I don't listen to it. I don't
know. Because they're from Philly, but Man Man lives and they're out of LA now. Like in
that makes sense. Right.
And maybe that's why no one where you live has heard of like it, or why they're not popular. Maybe people are like, fuck them, that they're in LA, they're traitors. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're playing in Philly and you're coming back to get fan support, then you're known. But if you're gone,
then no one gives a shit.
No, fuck you. It's just like the age-old philosophy, out of sight, out of mind. I mean, same thing here. If you're not doing shows in Philly, who gives a fuck?
Right. That makes sense.
But I mean, that's why I said the Districts are still like playing shows, like doing World Cafe Live and shit like that, and so they're a big deal because they're from here and they're being successful.
Right.
But man, I just can't see like Meek Mill, the rapper. He's from here, and you got he's a big fucking deal, and he just got. I don't want to be a big deal around here. He was driving through Philly. Some kids were hustling, selling waters. And he gave him $20 to split between all of them, and everyone on the internet's busting his balls because they didn't give out more for paying it back to the community. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, the fuck? I mean, I don't know. There wasn't always an opinion out there. When I was a kid, there was no internet opinion, so it didn't matter. But it's just like, this is what we're talking about?
Waters? What do you mean waters? Like?
Oh, sorry. So the kid, he was driving down the street, and at intersections in Philly, people try to sell shit. So they came up to the car to try to sell bottles of water to Meek Mill, and he was like, "Just here's $20, you guys all split it." And everyone in the Twitter sphere, whatever the fuck the internet says around here, that ain't enough. Fuck you. Pay them more. You should be giving these kids more money. You're from here. Take care of your community that took care of you. Give them more money. I'm just
how many kids and how old were they?
They were like 10, like 8 to 12-year-olds. Because after that, I don't know what you're doing, but they weren't out there. So in any case, they were just selling waters. Huh?
Like 2 kids?
No, I think it was no. I think it was more. Probably a big group. I don't know. It sounded like a group of kids.
Well, you know what? Fuck that. When I was growing up, and when you were growing up, I was happy to get $5. You get $5, go buy some candy. It's a good day.
Well, yeah, but I mean, to your point, if Elton John or fucking what's his name drove by and I was selling water and they were like, "Go fuck yourself," I'd be like, "Billy Joel just told me to go fuck myself. This is awesome." You know what I mean? Like Meek Mill gave us a $20 bill. We all cut it in little pieces, and we went and made him sign the shit. I don't know. I mean, who gives a fuck? I just can't believe that people are complaining about getting something for free from a musician that just got out of prison. Like he was just in prison. Like if anything, if you're going to give out money, that's why you should be giving out money, because the city of Philly went crazy to get that guy out of prison. So I guess I understand it, but I just think it's crazy that it's like, they leave it to America to always be like, "Oh, a rap star gave out a bunch of waters to people. Ain't enough. He should have given more." I'm just like, God damn, ain't we ever happy about nothing? The
See, I
Flyers
mean,
won last night, and they still fucking suck. I'm like, Jesus Christ. No wonder everyone's so fucking sad. Hey,
yeah.
Dad, I got an A+. You should have got a plus plus. What the fuck? All right, fine. I'm just going to go make sandwiches for a living since it doesn't matter.
Well, see, that's the thing is like people always want more, and it's not good enough. $20 for like a bottle of water? Fuck, how many people are?
I don't even think he took
Right.
the water. You know?
Yeah,
Just
it's
here's $20. Have a good day. Fuck.
yeah. You got a 20 spot. That's great. Shut up. Just because it's Meek Mill. Meek, I don't know who that is. I think I've heard of him, and I think he's probably a rapper, if I'm not wrong, right?
Right. He's a Philly rapper. That's only, yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, you were talking like Elton John or Billy Joel might have done more, might have gave more money, like because that was your example.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
they have more money. Elton John has fucking gold. Like he's fucking
Well, right.
rich. Meek Mill, that's not even a real name. He doesn't have fucking money. He's got a
And
jail.
that's
Like
proof that he doesn't have real money because he's like, shit, here goes my lunch money. There you go. You don't
he
know.
thought, he thought he was just being nice to kids. You don't want to give a bunch of money to kids. It's kids. Like here's a fucking lollipop. Have a good day. Go fuck off. Like it's like give like more than $20 to a kid. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and
Like,
they were complaining. And my theory, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So the kids got the money. Somehow all this news made it to the internet. So some kid went home and said, Ma, Meek Mill gave us $20.
right.
What do you mean? Everybody get $20? No, we just split it 20. That's bullshit, Timmy. You get out there and find Meek Mill and he tell you everybody gets $20. What do you mean? No one even knows who he is on the West Coast. He's not that popular. I mean, he gets autographs around here, but I don't know. I just can't believe people would fucking complain and that the internet would become so blown up that became the story of Monday morning. It's just like Meek Mill gave out $20. It wasn't enough. Like, damn. Like that 2020 is fucked when famous people can't even give out enough money. Like a famous person never gave me anything. Probably the finger. But I mean, that's it. I don't like famous people very much. I don't think most famous people like themselves very much. I'm not a big fan. I like what you do, but I don't give a fuck about you. Sorry. You don't give a fuck. You like that I buy your record, but you don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah, you don't give
We're
a fuck.
good.
Yeah.
It's okay. But I don't need your $20. I'm going to stay on that corner and sell that fucking water. That's what I'm going to do because before you came along, I still needed to make money. So I ain't leaving. I got 10 more bottles of water to sell, goddammit. That's what I'm going to do. I mean, if anything, Meek Mill could have got out there and helped them sell the shit. He's famous, right? I mean, just, like, listen, maybe he doesn't have money. He's just, like, let him get out there and help you sell waters. It's fine.
Yeah, and plus he just got out of
Jail.
Prison.
Like
He
prison.
said, like, he doesn't want to be caught on camera hanging out with a bunch of kids. Weird,
Funny.
right? No water. Like, yeah.
I don't know what he
wouldn't
went in
I'm
for.
not
We
getting out
gotta
of
go
car
back.
because like he stands next to those kids. Someone's gonna pull out a fucking phone and be like, "Look at there's Meek Mill hanging out with kids. What a pervert! He just got out of prison,
They'll do it to you.
and he's cheap." Like
That's why I'm happy with our 4.5 followers, man. They're not going to ruin us. You know what I mean? They're not. $20 is enough.
we had a 12 on the first night on the last one. Just so you know.
Well, after they watched it, we're down to 4 again. I'm just kidding.
You can't take
any
views
of
back.
you guys
Those
who
are
watch this, I'm sorry that COVID's so bad. You're watching this, but we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you. Speaking of that, I think we're about done. Unless you got anything else.
No,
I mean, no, wait, we do because you got to name the album.
And I have one. You actually gave me the idea right in the beginning. Paul McCartney, Ram.
Paul McCartney, Ram.
Yep.
Okay. Right. Paul. Ram. Okay. It's his solo stuff, obviously, right?
I do believe it was his first solo record after the Beatles broke up, and him and his wife Linda made the whole fucking album, which is pretty awesome.
Cool.
And it's one of the most popular Paul McCartney albums out there.
Awesome. Okay.
So that's what we're going to tee up for next week. This week, the show is done. We made it. We talked about all kinds of fun shit. Hopefully you guys had fun. Go out there and play some horseshoes with your legs. Let me know how that goes. Show me your scars. I want to see it. That's it, man. Thanks for watching
Yeah.
the show. You can like, follow, subscribe. You know we're here on YouTube. You know we're on fucking Instagram, Titfoo69. If you just like Alex, you can just follow Alex. If you just like me, you can just like me. But I prefer if you like both of us.
Either way,
Or
like somebody.
just send me
Don't
$20.
be a loser.
That's fine. All right. I'm good. You good? We're good.
I'm good. Good.
Bye. Have fun. Be safe.
Bye.